This is Art and Society in France, Unit 2, Roman Gaul and the Middle Ages. Only 10 years after Caesar's conquest of Gaul, he was assassinated by his fellow senators, and Augustus, his nephew, took over and further expanded the empire. Over the next few centuries, however, the empire would suffer from multiple attacks, weakening its hold on the Mediterranean. Meanwhile, during the same time period, Christianity was on the rise. At first it was outlawed, but by the reign of Constantine in the 4th century, it had taken over the empire and was spreading to Western Europe. Throughout the Roman occupation of Gaul, there was clear evidence of influence, both on the art and architecture of the period. Here we have Pont de Gard, a Roman aqueduct system in the south of France. Around the 5th century, minor Germanic tribes migrated down from the north, including the Gauls and the Visigoths, to take over the last remaining parts of Roman-occupied Gaul. They were followed by the Frankish Merovingians, who began their dynasty in northern France in the 6th century. The image to the right is to represent the ferocity of these tribes coming down and attacking the Romans. French kings and dynasties began in France around the 6th century with the Merovingian dynasty, followed by the Carolingian dynasties, who would rule in Gaul into the 12th century. Here we have, on the image to the left, Charlemagne, one of the great leaders of the Carolingian dynasty. During this time period, both art and architecture were heavily influenced by the power of the Catholic Church. Christian art was very iconic, with its feature of famous figures from Christianity, including Jesus, Mary, and different angels. Gold work was also very popular, with animal-like craftsmanship. In the Middle Ages, the threat of battle was constant. Therefore, many cities like this one in Carcassonne, to protect itself from outside tribes, were built on hilltops and surrounded by walls. Honor was achieved in society through conquests of war and land, and the feudal system began to arise, creating a greater separation between the poor and the nobility. Lastly, Christianity was the dominant religion. Even kings and nobles had to make efforts to please the church.